So we're looking at scene 8 of The Prince and the Pauper. This is the last scene of the play. We're on page 163 of our packet. So go ahead and find line 150, scene 8. Time, Coronation Day, setting outside gates of Westminster Abbey, played before curtain, painted screen or flat at rear represents the Abbey, throne is in center, bench is near it. At curtain rise, lords and ladies crowd Abbey. Outside gates, guards drive back the cheering villagers, among them Miles. Coronation Day, just so you know, is the act of crowning someone king or queen. So since King Henry VIII passed away, now it's time to crown Edward, the King of England. So that's the setting for scene 8. Miles says, "I've lost him, poor little chap. He has been swallowed up in the crowd." Fanfare of trumpets is heard, then silence. Hertford, St. John, lords and ladies enter slowly in a procession, followed by pages, one of whom carries crown on a small cushion. Tom follows procession, looking about nervously. Suddenly, Prince, in rags, steps out from crowd, his hand raised. "I forbid you to set the crown of England upon that head. I am the king." "Seize the little vagabond." "I forbid it. He is the king." Kneels before Prince. "Oh, my lord, the king, let poor Tom Canty be the first to say, 'Put on your crown and enter into your own right again.'" Hertford and several lords look closely at both boys. "This is strange indeed. By your favor, sir, I wish to ask certain questions of this lad." "I will answer truly whatever you may ask, my lord. But if you have been well trained, you may answer my questions as well as our lord the king. I need a definite proof." Thinks a moment. "Ah, where lies the Great Seal of England? It has been missing for weeks, and only the true Prince of Wales can say where it lies." "Wait, was the seal round and thick with letters engraved on it?" Hertford nods. "I know where it is, but it was not I who put it there. The rightful king shall tell you." To Prince. "Think, my king, it was the very last thing you did that day before you rushed out of the palace wearing my rags." Pausing. "I recall how we exchanged clothes, but have no recollection of hiding the Great Seal." Eagerly. "Remember when you saw the bruise on my hand and you ran to the door, but first you hid this thing you call the seal?" Suddenly. "Ah, I remember." To St. John. "So, my good St. John, go, my good St. John, and you shall find the Great Seal in the armor that hangs on the wall in my chamber." St. John hesitates, but at a nod from Tom, hurries off. Pleased. "Right, my king. Now the scepter of England is yours again." St. John returns in a moment with Great Seal. All shouting, "Long live Edward, King of England." Tom takes off his cape and throws it over the prince's rags. Trumpet fanfare is heard. St. John takes crown and places it on Prince. All kneel. "Let the small impostor be flung into the tower." Firmly. "I will not have it so. But for him, I would not have my crown." "My poor boy, how was it that you could remember where I hid the seal when I could not?" Tom says, embarrassed, "I did not know what it was, my king, and I used it to crack nuts." All laugh, and Tom steps back. Miles steps forward, staring in amazement. Is he really the king? Is he indeed the sovereign of England, and not the poor and friendless Tom of Bedlam I thought he was? He sinks down on bench. "I wish I had a bag to hide my head in." First guard rushing up to him. "Stand up, you mannerless clown. How dare you sit in the presence of the king?" "Do not touch him. He is my trusty servant, Miles Hendon, who saved me from shame and possible death. For his service he owns the right to sit in my presence." Miles, bowing, then kneeling. "Your Majesty." Rise, Sir Miles. I command that Sir Hugh Hendon, who sits within this hall, be seized and put under lock and key until I have need of him. Beckons to Tom. From what I have heard, Tom Canty, you have governed the realm with royal gentleness and mercy in my absence. Henceforth you shall hold the honorable title of King's Ward. Tom kneels and kisses Prince's hand. And because I have suffered with the poorest of my subjects and felt the cruel force of unjust laws, I pledge myself to a reign of mercy for all. All bow low, then rise, shouting, Long live the King! Long live Edward, King of England! Curtain.